Hey everyone, it's Janet, also known as Nerdy Autism Mom. Here I am in the car again. I've already worked for the day. Now I am doing things to find money. I just returned a big old box of cat litter that I totally forgot was in the trunk, and we don't quite need it yet. So, and now I'm gonna go return some bottles, and then hopefully with the money that I get, I will have enough to get what the kids need, because you have to do what you have to do. No matter how stressful. So, that's my day. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of air in my tire. My new-ish tire has a little bit of a slow leak, but that's okay. It's a lot better than the fast leak of the last tire because of the stupid rim. Maybe I won't do that now. It looks like everybody else is doing it, so I guess I'll wait until I come back. Yeah, it's been one of those days, kind of. I mean, work was pretty worky. Just trying to scrounge up some money. It sucks. What eating? Do what you gotta do. I was even half thinking of taking this old diamond ring that I have and bringing it to the pawn shop to sell it for what it's worth in the weight of gold, because they don't deal with precious stones. So if I were to bring it to them, they're only going to give me what it's worth in the gold and not the little diamonds in it. So I don't know if it's worth it, because as far as I can recall, buying that ring brand new was like $400. So I don't know. I don't know. Because I mean, bought new, the thing was $400, and to get like $30 out of it, if from the gold. I don't know. But I mean, it's $30 that I don't have right now, so what do you do? Please advise me, because I don't know. But yeah, and then tomorrow's gonna be a stressful day because I've got family court and I don't have legal representation. However, I am actually quite confident in my ability to debunk everything that's coming against me. So we'll see about that. Doesn't make it any less stressful though. Like when I did have legal representation, it was still stressful even when I didn't have to say anything at all. But yeah. Stress, stress, stress. So what do you guys stress about? Probably a lot of the same stuff I stress about. Trying to find money. trying to deal with terrible exes. What are your stressors? Why in the world am I in this lane? Jeez. I want to be in this lane. I want to be in this lane. My goodness gracious. Yeah, tell me what you guys stress about. Maybe we can kind of get together and console each other. I stress about money. I stress about my ex. I stress about work. I stress about the stupid broken tooth in my head. It makes it very, I don't like to smile anymore. I mean, I'm a very smiley person. I'm sure you guys have noticed that, but it makes me very self-conscious because it's right on my smile line. And it was a tooth. I had to have a root canal done because my cavity got that bad. And they told me that after having the root canal, eventually I'm gonna have to have it crowned, or else the tooth will just break. Well, I haven't been able to afford to get it crowned, even with the coverage that I have. It still would have cost me over $600 because apparently they use 24 karat real gold inside the crown, the porcelain. So anyway, I haven't been able to afford to get it crowned, so you know, it just got weaker and weaker until eventually, eating a freaking gummy candy of all things. I was eating gummy candies and half of that tooth just popped right out. So now I've got this broken tooth right on my smile line, and it makes me very self-conscious about my smile, which is one of the things that I've gotten the most compliments on, is my smile. I like my smile because I got fangs. But yeah, I stress about all kinds of things. And it sucks. But if anything, it hasn't aged me yet. I still have a little bit of time for that. I stress about getting sick because then I have to take time off of work that I can't afford because we don't get sick days. Too much stress. Too much stress. But if anything, my kids love me. My cats love me. If anything, even if I'm having the most stressful of stressful days, they always make me feel better, which is awesome. I'm so tired. I didn't sleep well as usual. I think it was after midnight by the time I got to sleep, having to get up at 10 after 6 this morning for work. That's pretty lame. I'm waiting for some money to come in. I've got money coming in, but it just takes a couple days, and within those couple days, I have no money. So here I am just trying to wait for this money to come in that I know is coming in, and it's just, it takes too long when I need the money now. So, you just do what you gotta do. Bring stuff back. I'm sure I'm not the only one who does that. I mean, yeah, the cats need poop and sand, but hopefully that money will come in tomorrow and then I can just rebuy it again. closed. Well, shit. So ridiculous. Just because a holiday falls on a Saturday. You would assume they would have been closed on Saturday because they are usually open on Saturday. And the internet doesn't help. I tried Googling it. Oh, look, there's somebody else going on his bike. Probably thinking he's gonna go get his return too. I tried Googling it, and it said open today from 8 till 5. But that would be its normal Monday hours. Well, at least I got the little bit of money from the cat litter return. I don't know. This has been 12 minutes. You've been watching 12 minutes of me go on about stress and like half wanting to cry. Because this is just ridiculous. Nobody should have to fight and struggle this hard to survive. Nobody. Like that poor guy that I just watched on the bike going bringing a few bags of cans. He looked like he was probably homeless. Either that or he just really doesn't keep care of himself, but no one should have to fight so hard to survive. It's absolutely sickening. Whereas all these corporations, the owner of my company is worth $13 billion, and he feels the need to whine, piss, and moan about minimum wage going up to $15 an hour. And not even in not even all across Canada. Just a few provinces. And he feels the need to piss, moan, and whine about the minimum wage going up to $15 an hour so his staff can effing survive when he is worth $13 billion. And yet here I am struggling. Here all of his other employees are struggling, and yet he needs to cut costs, lay people off, and all this stuff to save him money and to please the shareholders so the shareholders can have their money, while the rest of us are trying to make sure we don't die of starvation and doing whatever it is we can so we don't die of starvation. You wonder why people rob banks and sell drugs. This is why. Because they're trying to survive. It's sickening. Absolutely sickening. I'm sorry. I'm half thinking about editing this, but honestly, I don't think I am going to, because it's a reality check, and it's something that everybody deals with, and I hope I'm not depressing you guys, because I'm feeling pretty depressed at this moment, but it's truth. It's just all out truth. nobody can live anymore. Nobody can support themselves. People can't even retire anymore. Like, my goodness, there have been a number of people retiring from my company. One of them still works there, and he's been with the company 50 friggin' years. He started out as a teenager, pushing carts. He's been every single... Whoa. Just because I let one person go, apparently the other one thinks that she has the right to go as well. Drivers are great. Anyway, this guy has been every kind of manager that you can think of within the store. He's been a district manager even over, like, district. And yet he needs to keep working a couple of shifts a week after retirement, after 50 years of service, so he can hold on to his medical benefits. That's ludicrous. A few other people that have retired from the company, some of them are fine. There's others who have said that they don't know how they're going to do it, and if it weren't for a family member who happens to live with them, if they were to lose their job, they'd be shit out of luck. Can't afford it. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry, I can't stop ranting about how ridiculous this is. So here I am going to Walmart, hoping and praying that I can afford to get my kids the couple of things that they need, because the things that they need are so goddamn expensive. Absolutely sickening. I'd probably be on the verge of tears right now if my heart wasn't so dead inside. Oh, God. Truer words have never been said. Sounds like some people out there are having a door locking contest. I keep hearing boop, 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 and then I heard a beep. Like, really? Someone had a nasty amount of perfume on when I walked back down the chip aisle, because there I was standing in line waiting, and it's packed in there. I'm standing there waiting in line, kind of spacing out or whatever, and the 2 bags of chips that I was going to buy, holding on to, didn't even notice for the longest while, both bags of chips had slits in them. The first one I noticed, it was like the top of the bag was like half off, and I don't know how I didn't notice that when I grabbed them. The other one was just a little tiny slit, but still inconvenient. Oh my God. Oh, excuse me. So anyway, had to go all the way back. Nobody wants to let me go here. Everybody's just like, I'm going because I'm an asshole. I'm having a great day. Anyway, yeah, at least after I went back and got 2 new bags of chips, I was able to go through the express because it wasn't lined up around the corner like it was when I first got up there. So anyway, considering bottle place isn't open, yes, I'm just gonna go home. This is the worst. Like, nobody knows how to freaking drive. I feel like every person who has a driver's license should have to go back and should have to revisit things every however many years. And if they don't pass the refresher course, then get their license revoked. I really feel like that should be a thing, because the amount of people who have their license who are driving who really shouldn't be is astounding, really. I mean, look at all the accidents that we have that are caused from people drunk driving, people who are overconfident, people who are underconfident. Just, there should be a mandatory refresher after so many years that that you have to do. Like these people just turning because they want to go. Like I was just talking about. Like, I don't know if you guys heard that honk or not, but there was the advanced green arrow, and once the advanced green is done, then it's the green. Well, people kept turning as though it was still the advanced green. Ooh, there's a cop. But anyway, people still kept going, so, you know, on my side of the road, we had the green, so the person in the lane next to me just started going and honked at the person who was turning because they should have stopped. They didn't have their advanced green anymore. This is like complain day. I am so sorry. It's just, it's not a great day. It's really not. I suppose we all have our highs and our lows, right? Well, today is a low. Probably doesn't help that I'm a little bit hungry. I had some huddle food. But I mean, there is still time for lunch. I guess. It's almost 2:15 right now, so I mean, I could still get something and not have it affect my supper for tonight, because I generally have a very late supper anyway, for the most part, unless I get really hungry. But for the most part, I eat supper after the kids go to bed, because it's kind of hard to eat supper when you've got kids crawling all over your lap. So I usually eat after they're gone to bed. Sometimes I'll eat before they go to bed, and I kind of hope that at least one of them will try something that I'm eating, and usually it's a no-go. But oh well. I just feel like this entire vlog today is gonna be nothing but me ranting. Just wait till tomorrow after family court. We'll see how that goes. I don't know, guys. At least I know I'm not the only one that has these kinds of issues. It sucks. It sucks for everybody. Adulting sucks. I mean, to all of us who were kids saying that we can't wait to grow up, they lied to us. I mean, really. And here we have nowadays kids through media are pressured into growing up way too young. Like, I remember when I was 13 years old, I was still playing with my Sailor Moon dolls. Now 13-year-olds are wearing makeup and having sex. I'd rather go back to being a kid. Being a kid was so much easier. Here's another great question. If you could go back in time, knowing what you know now, would you change your past? For me, that's a very tough question. But I want to know what you guys think. I want to know your answers. It's a tough question for me because I absolutely have regrets. I have regrets in the form of a person. But if it weren't for that regret, then I wouldn't have my kids who are my world, who I don't regret. So it's a very, very tough question for me. If I could go back in time to not have to deal with the hurt, the anger, the depression, the anxiety, all this stuff that I'm dealing with now, but not have my kids, would I? I really don't know how to answer that one. Because my kids are my world, and if I didn't have them, you know, they're my babies. But if you guys could go back and change the past, would you? I think that's a very interesting question of the day. Honestly, you know what? I don't think I would. Despite everything that it's inflicting on my very being, I don't think I would. Just because I need my babies. Yeah. I guess that answers that. My kids are too important to me. Especially if I was to go back knowing what I know. I don't think I could. They're my boys. They're my peeps. I mean, I wouldn't be nerdy autism mom without them, right? But yeah. Again, I apologize. This is just the lamest video. where all I'm doing is ranting and complaining and pissing and moaning. Yep. Well, if anything, when I get home, I'm sure I'll have fun with my babies. See what they want to do.
Is that cold? Oh, what's that?
Cold.
Cold. So you're wearing your blankie as a scarf. Scarf blankie. Goodness, this kitchen is a disaster. Flipping through your Sesame Street pictures again? Sesame Street playing on the TV. What are you looking at? We're Simba and Nala. Yeah, although I feel like it should be kind of reversed. What's on my head? Poop! Poop. I'm a duty head.
Duty head.
I'm a duty head.
How many bears? 1, 2 bears. Good boy. 2 bears. Can you say good night? See you tomorrow. Good boy.